closing in on game time at Wrigley Field. It's the Reds and the Cubs, next on the show. It's been 100 years of baseball and counting at this place, and the charm hasn't faded a bit at venerable Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today, it's the second of this three-game series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Cubs. Welcome in, everybody. Matt Vasgersian here to bring you this early season matchup. Alongside me are Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's focus first on the two starters that get the ball here this afternoon.
Yeah, and you've got a couple of guys here that aren't afraid to challenge you at the plate. They're not afraid to let you put the ball in play and let their fielders make the plays behind them. That should make for a pretty good matchup.
More from the guys moving forward this afternoon, but first, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Cincinnati Reds, as their order will read like this. And there's a look at the starter this lineup will match up against as you take a look at his line on the right side of your screen. And there's a look at the defensive alignment for the Cubs here. Here comes perhaps the fastest man in baseball as Billy Hamilton strides forward to get this ball game underway. Underway this afternoon as the first pitch is pulled on the ground to third. And on one pitch, he's retired. A look there at our scouting report. We already know about the cutter. We saw it right there. But here's the rest of the arsenal that we'll see heading forward. Brandon Phillips will get his first shot here. A couple of hits in 4 trips last night. First pitch on the way. And here's a fastball called for strike one. Eric, you take a look at the home side here as they take the field here this afternoon. They'll look to make it 3 straight here as they come in on the heels of 2 straight wins.
Yeah, and they started this series off with a blowout in game 1, so you can maybe use that old tired phrase, firing on all cylinders right now, because they're getting contributions from everybody on the roster.
And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. There to take it is Rizzo, and there are 2 away now.
He got caught in a situation where he had to protect with 2 strikes. He's probably fortunate he even got wood on this one, but it didn't matter much as this turns into an easy little soft liner.
In is Joey Votto now. And here's a ball hit in the air, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. And the pitch. He goes the other way as this is hit well out toward deep left field. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Reds are down in order. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. A look there at the starting lineup for the Cubs now. And a look there at the starting pitcher charged with facing these guys as his numbers are on your screen. And defensively, you see the Reds line up like this behind him. Well, there you see Dexter Fowler as he'll be the one to commence the action in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Eric, these Reds, as they enter play here this afternoon, it was another loss last time out, and this portion of the schedule has not done them any favors as they've dropped 5 of their last 7.
I just think they were sort of flat in the opener. They didn't play with a whole lot of inspiration, and that was reflected in the final score.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
That's a two-seam fastball right there. It looks to the hitter like it's going to be inside, and then it tails back to the inside corner of the plate.
Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. The 3-1 coming. 3-2.
Well, with this guy, the walk is definitely as good as a hit, so that's probably why he's taken 3-1.
3-2 lined into right center. A great at-bat there. That's a base hit.
So far, so good. They get a scoreless top of the first, and now a leadoff single to start things in their half.
Jorge Soler will stand in now, and he'll likely have a look down to third to see if anything's up here with nobody out. First pitch coming. Now a check swing, but it's strike one anyway, says the home plate umpire.
You know, it's so important with guys like this to get ahead with strike one. Put them behind in the count and on their back foot right away.
He's ready. Now the pitch. And that's lined into center field, and look out now. Back-to-back singles open up the inning.
Well, that's 2 batters and 2 hard-hit singles to start the bottom of the first. They are showing they are absolutely locked in on this guy.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in, and that average has to be a source of pride for him early on. He's got it up over 350 to start the new season. Now here's the first pitch. He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball one. Seems like he's missed his spots a few times here already.
Yeah, he hasn't been overly sharp, that's for sure. It hasn't caught up to him yet, but he's going to need to find that rhythm.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Now, he's probably lucky he didn't make contact on that one.
The 1-1 home. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
You know what? I don't know if there's ever a good time for a hit by pitch, but there are definitely some bad times, and that was a bad time right there. Now you load the bases, and you do it for a dangerous hitter as well.
Chris Bryant will dig in now, and as you can see, he's well over 300 here to start this new campaign. Here's the first pitch to him. And obviously looking for the ground ball here as this misses low. It's 1-0.
Well, right here is where you've got to be smart out there. They've got nowhere to put you, so he probably won't be working the corners.
1-0 pitch now. Swing and a liner. But that's a foul ball. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Taken the other way, but this should be routine out there in right field. Bruce is there. Let's see if they try it. And he's just going to try to draw an airmailed throw as he heads back to third now with 1 away in the inning.
Yeah, that's just a wasted opportunity right there. No sense in trying to score on that ball. So he'll hold on at third with 1 out now.
Miguel Montero will stand in. He too had 3 hits in the win last night. First pitch coming. Gets under this one as this is hit high and pretty deep out there to center field. Catch will be made here. Tagging is the runner from third. And he will score on the sacrifice fly as he's in with our first tally of the ballgame.
And with 1 out and the bases loaded, this isn't the worst thing that could happen to you if you're out there on the mound. They do give up 1 run with the sacrifice fly, but with 2 outs now, they're much closer to avoiding what could have been a huge inning.
Here's Starlin Castro. As he'll take a look at ball one.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
2-0.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
Outside, 3-0 now.
You need to be awfully careful here. Runners at the corners, that's bad enough. You do not want to load the bases here in the very first inning.
And he misses with it for ball 4, so the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Early struggles here with the command. That's 2 hits and a walk now in the very first inning. He's going to need to sort things out here pretty quick.
Addison Russell will stand in with a golden opportunity to open this thing up early on. Now the first pitch. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Well, this first inning's been a rough one already. He needs an out here in the worst way.
And you don't want to get caught having to play catch-up this early in the ballgame. So you're right. He's got to work his way out of this jam right now.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. He's set, now the pitch. Good waste pitch, 1 and 2.
Could be that high fastball there was just a setup pitch. Now you've kind of established that high sight level. Could be a good time to break off a nasty curveball.
Now he turns and smokes this one into deep center field. Hamilton is there to make the catch, and they'll escape the bases-loaded jam by giving up just 1 run. 2 hits in the inning lead to a run for Chicago. Second inning coming up here at Wrigley. It's the Cubs 1 and the Reds nothing. Todd Frazier will stride in now. His solo home run accounted for their only score in the ballgame a night ago.